Hey, what's up? This is Nobody Who's Somebody, Penelope.
And I'm Kevin. And I'm doing a TikTok dance. I don't know why this came out of me right now. But
okay, so that's your...
That's Revolted.
So what?
That's K-pop.
It's K-pop. We represent K-pop.
Oh, I'm sorry. The producer corrected us.
We represent K-pop out here. Welcome to Unsolicited Advice. Once again, I know y'all see this beautiful display right here. Chef P with the pot, the cook up. What we got here, Chef P?
I was gonna make an apple pie, but to tell you the truth, I really don't. I waste the crust at the bottom, and that's a lot of work doing all that. So, I took the dough and I mixed it in there, with the juices and stuff. So, I don't know, maybe this be considered an apple cobbler instead of peach cobbler, because peaches are not in season, and I definitely didn't want to do canned peaches, but I could.
No. You do fresh ingredients. Michigan apples, you know what I'm saying? We represent out here. So before we get into all that, let's go ahead. We're going to start with the word, like we always do in this verse. Today is coming from 1 Corinthians, verse 13 and 14. Be on your guard, stand firm in the faith. Be courageous, be strong, do everything in love. You know what I'm saying? Do it all in love. Do it out of love. Don't do it with hate in your heart.
You know what I'm saying?
It ain't going to turn out right. Did you cook this with love in your heart? You cook this with love in your heart?
Yes.
You sure?
Yeah, it may not look like it, but yeah. That's why my restaurant gonna be the ugly plate, because things ain't gotta be cute to taste good. Because there's a lot of stuff out there that look good but taste like.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna be the fat boy. I'm jumping right in. You know what I'm saying? I got no shame in my game. But as I'm making my plate, go ahead and let them know what we talking about today, P.
Okay, so everybody, knows or whatever, you can consider us late, so whatever. But the situation between Kirk Franklin and his child, and myself as a mother, you want your kids to be able to express yourself, but you straight up cussing me out, telling me to shut the F up. Oh, you best to believe, I'm going to say something. It's just over the phone. You got a whole nother level of something to deal with when we in person. And for people to sit up here and because Kirk Franklin cursed, which is French, who was speaking French and who would have said that word and it doesn't really mean anything.
He ain't say no French
and
words.
Then,
he said, I'll break your neck, nigga.
and Kirk Franklin have not lied and said that he's from the streets. But he chose for his purpose and his journey to make music and praise the Lord. But don't get it twisted that Kirk Franklin won't put his foot up your butt. Period.
That's her right here.
And for that child who's 30-something years
33.
old, to take a private matter and make it public because you think we're going to scorn him, and for y'all sitting up here talking about, I thought he was a Christian, so stop putting people on pedestals. First of all, we are sinners every single day. Sinners trying to be saints. Sinners trying to be saints. And some days you a saint, and some days you a sinner. And I'm not even trying to say what he said to his son is a sinner. The point is, you won't respect me, baby.
See,
that's basically what he's saying.
That's that thug coming out of Penelope right there. I mean, because put it like this. I mean, once, like you said, it was a private conversation that, we know how you said some stuff. Every one of us has said some stuff we thought that was in private. They was like, well, I told that to you. He wasn't expecting it to get out. And so that's what happened with this Kirk Franklin situation, which everyone raises your kids differently. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a parent. I've kind of been in the stepdaddy role, but everyone has different, a code that they go by. My concern is, or my question more so is, is it okay then at the age of 18, once your child becomes grown, to talk to them as a man? And I feel like at 33, he's probably living on his own and doing stuff like that, especially if he didn't have such a great relationship with Kirk Franklin. Then, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Talk to him as a man. He's going to act like a man. He can be as a man. But I do feel very, very differently if it's a young person. Maybe if they're under 16, 17, that goes into the psyche then of building up a young man, the way you talk to him. And I feel like a lot of our young men, as far as in the black community, we get pushed down by not only the world, but then the ones who are closest to us. And that does affect our psyche. You know what I'm saying? If you feel like the people who you love the most is not against you, meaning it's not for you in your corner, then that changes your whole perspective on the world. So I do condone, you know what I'm saying, cussing out maybe a grown kid, and maybe not as far as Kirk Franklin, but he was heated, and we all do stuff differently when we heated in the moment.
But I tested.
Yeah, I mean, because everybody gets tested, regardless. As a man, period. I'm not gonna let nobody disrespect me. That's father, son,
yeah,
cousin.
But you tell your father to shut the fuck up either.
I mean, who knows when I'm at that point though? What I'm saying is, at that point, it may happen. So I mean, once again, I do agree with what you just said. When Kirk Franklin, he's just a man. We have a lot of people who judge. I mean, there's a comedian friend of mine who's, you know, a pastor, and people judge him a lot because he's a regular man. I mean, that's the way I look at it. It's like, well, he's a pastor, he's supposed to be held to a certain standard, which he is, but he is still a man. He's going to go through stuff just like we got our own battles. I mean, my battle may be gambling. My battle may be drinking. His battle may be cussing out his kids. Who knows what it is? You know what I'm saying?
Well, I guess when you put it that way or whatever, I mean, a lot of people might look at the way I do things or whatever and don't think it's, I don't know, appropriate or whatever. And, you know, just like some people have made comments, you know, about the show, that the fact that we read a passage or whatever, and then sometimes I cuss, which I just did. Because guess what? It's my business. But,
right.
And now, granted, I didn't do that all the time. But I don't know, at a certain age when, you know, I got older, the filter was less and less. And at a certain point, you know, I ain't cussed at my mother, but I had cussed around her. And I was like, oh, I'm so sorry. And I noticed it kept happening, and I just had to keep apologizing. She was like, you are past 30-something years old. You a grown-ass woman. So she was like, you know. But I used to always have that filter because I really didn't. I always would say the initial. Like, for a long time, I was like 30-something years old before I really, like, cussed.
Right.
Because it didn't even sound right. And it's not that I'm trying to, you know, be that person. But then I read, too, you know, cussing is a painkiller.
It is.
So I'm in pain, you know.
You're in pain a lot.
I'm in pain a lot. And I think I'd rather cuss than to go on somebody's head and catch a case and be in jail and be, you know, cell block number 5678926, you know. So my cussing have saved lives. And I will continue to save lives. So, but I will try to filter out my cussing. But, you know,
yeah, I mean, sometimes you gotta let somebody else know so that way you don't choke them.
You like, be quiet.
I mean,
but do that. And
I mean, was
like,
Franklin really gonna break his son's neck? Probably not. But at the time, it felt good to say it.
Yeah, so, you know, and I let my kids, you know, be comfortable expressing themselves, you know, whatever. You know, every now and then I'm like, you know what, you getting a little bit beside yourself. And they're like, oh my God, really, I didn't know this. I was like, yeah, no, not really. It just didn't sound, you know, good, you know, so, you know.
And Pete put fear into her kids. Their pep hand is way strong. So I'm pep hand.
But no, to tell you the truth, I was harder on my kids when they were younger,
right,
which people didn't agree with that. Like, oh, it's just a baby and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, you know what? And you're going to be the same person. Let your kid get away with stuff for 5, 6, 7, 8 years. Then, when they get 8, 9, be talking back to you, you're going to be ready to throw them out the window. Yeah, like, I don't really have to say too much, you know, to my kids because I did it at an early age. Like, you know, I tell you once, Destiny Ella, they used to watch Justice do stuff or whatever, because she knew it was wrong, but she wanted to live vicariously through him. He was ignorant at that time. I educated him real fast that you don't do that. But she got in trouble. She didn't understand. She was like, he did it. Yeah, but you watched him do it. You didn't stop him. So then, you know, after a while, she got tired of that. Like, you on your own, brother. Like, you know, she used to take up for him because, you know, that was her little brother, but then she was like...
Well, she had to take that for him, because once again, that's what the words say, you know what I'm saying? Do it in love, you know what I mean? So.
Yeah, but when after a while, she was like, enough is enough, and you on your own. You gonna carry your own weight from this woman. So...
No doubt, man.
But, you know, it is what it is. To each his own. We strive every single day to be decent human beings, to do our best or whatever. And what that person does over there and there, it's none of your business. Okay, that man has raised kids. He has done what he has done. He praises God, and your validation of him being a Christian, it don't matter.
And at the end of the day, I like to tell people, as a Christian, regardless of what faith you are, your job is not to kick people out of heaven. That's not what you're called to do. So don't be judging Kirk Franklin and whatever he did, because that ain't your position. Bring more people into heaven than kicking them out. You know what I'm saying? And once again, that's just one man's opinion. I'm Kevin Johnson.
Did you taste?
I'll taste it. I'm about to finish this as soon as we get off the camera. I'm about to smash.
All right, so I'm Nobody Who's Somebody, Penelope. And thank you for watching, and continue and drop them cash apps to us.